Hi, I'm Jared from KTWU. Coming up, a segment from Sunflower Journeys. If you enjoy it, please consider visiting ktwu.org to make a contribution.
"20 years ago, we were in Lawrence to witness the birth of another sporting event, the Sunflower State Games. In our next story, we see where these games are held now and see how they've changed over the years.
This is the 20th anniversary of the Sunflower State Games, which for me, I'm very blessed and excited to be part of it for the 20th anniversary. And the game started in 1990 back in Lawrence, Kansas, and at that time there was about 2,500 participants, and I believe there was 14 sports. And we've expanded over the 20 years to our goal is 7,000 athletes this year in 43 sports. In 2002, the games moved from Lawrence to Topeka. And since then, we've averaged right around 6,000 athletes.
Held each summer, the Sunflower State Games now take place over 3 weekends in the month of July. Participants come from all across the state of Kansas to take part.
Today, when I pulled up here to the track meet, I saw people from Scott City, from Hayes. We got people from Garden City, Dodge City, all the way out west, all the way down to Hutchinson and Wichita. Of course, a majority of our participants are from Northeast Kansas, but they come from all over the state.
On Friday evening of the second weekend of these games, the organizers host a public event to welcome the athletes and to provide a lively venue for a bit of socializing before the main events of the evening take place.
Last year we started something new. It's called an athlete festival. We have some free food, games, lots of activities out here, just a chance to say thank you to our athletes, come out and have a good time, and creates a really good atmosphere for our Governor's Cup 5K, 10K road run.
Shortly before the road run gets underway, there's a brief ceremony that culminates with the lighting of a flame, symbolizing a connection to the goodwill and camaraderie of the Olympic spirit. The male and female athletes of the year from the previous year's competition are invited to do the honors. Not long after the flame is lit, the gun sounds to begin the Governor's Cup road race, which sends participants out across the streets of Topeka, where they follow a route covering 5 or 10 kilometers.
There's something for everybody here, from the weekend warrior who's just, getting out every now and then to play their sport at a recreational level or, very casually, to the very serious athlete who travels every week across the state to go play tennis or go race in a cycling event. All ages, all skill levels, that's what we try to accommodate.
Out on the archery course, we came across a couple of the younger competitors in the Sunflower State Games, as well as some of the older ones. Bowling was another sport that attracted a broad range of participants and a variety of skill levels.
Our biggest sport is basketball. Right now we got 104 youth teams basketball signed up to participate next week. Last week we hosted 30 adult teams. So basketball is our biggest sport, followed by soccer, softball, track and field here is a very big event. That goes all the way down to our smaller sports like judo. We typically get between 25 and 30 people to participate in judo, but we have it every year because the people who do compete, they love it and they don't want us to, not host the event. So we have some smaller events that are, those diehard people come back every year. And the last couple of years, some of those smaller sports are starting to grow as well. So every year we try to add a couple new events. Really, when we add a new event, there needs to be two things in place. Number one, a need. That is, there has to be people who want to come out and compete in a new sport. And then we have to have a facility and somebody to direct the sport. So we have currently 43 sport directors, and really those are the people who make this thing work, because they're the ones out there running the event, helping me plan, and they're the ones recruiting the volunteers and all their officials and referees.
Operated as a nonprofit organization that's funded by corporate sponsorships and athlete entry fees, volunteers play a crucial role in the success of these games.
Yeah, definitely. You know, other than our sport directors, we utilize between 400 and 500 volunteers. And without those people, you know, doing just regular jobs like out here, I see people raking sand at the long jump pits. Without volunteers for those jobs, you know, these events don't happen. So volunteers are very important to the games.
Even though it's supervised primarily by volunteers, and competition can often appear easygoing, there are serious competitors who work hard to place well in their events in order to qualify for other competitions.
Yeah, many of our events are qualifying events. We belong to the National Congress of State Games, and there's 36 other states that have state games just like the Sunflower Games. Every other year, on odd years, our athletes qualify to go to State Games of America, where they compete against athletes from across the entire United States. So that's one of the qualifying events. And then if the tournament is sanctioned, and many of our sports are sanctioned, our athletes generate points for their ranking. Some of those events are qualifying to go to a regional event as well. So, you know, we're excited about where we're at right now. We're trying to get as many of our sports sanctioned as possible, because that's what really brings out people, you know, who are out competing on a weekly basis, and that's what we're aiming for. But we also want to cater to, you know, like I said, the weekend warrior, or the more the recreationalist as well.
Although most of the events take place within the city of Topeka, there are a number of venues spread around outlying areas too.
Yeah, we utilize close to 35 different sports venues from here in Topeka over to Lake Perry, where our trail ride and our adventure race takes place. In southeast Shawnee County, out by Forbes Field, is where our cycling event is held. And the Capital City Gun Club and Ravenwood Lodge for our shooting events. Those are out on the outskirts of Shawnee County. So we cover a lot of miles over our 3 weekends, you know, just delivering equipment and making sure people are in the right places. But that's what's really exciting, because people get to see the whole city, and it's not confined just to one area.
Glad you could stop by to see a clip from Sunflower Journeys. There are more great local stories out there waiting to be discovered, but it takes help from viewers like you and me to make it happen. Visit KTWU.org right now to make a pledge.